In this video, you will learn a technique called mental closure based on proven psychological principles, emotional regulation practices, and cognitive reset routines used by elite athletes, special forces operators, and high stakes professionals. You can start applying this technique starting today. This will help you wake up with more energy, think with more clarity, and stop carrying yesterday's weight into today. This isn't about feeling slightly better in the morning. Imagine showing up every day with the energy of an athlete, the clarity of a special forces operator, and the focus of a high stakes professional. You already know what that would do for your life. Let me tell you that this will not be a motivational talk where you get instant dopamine hit. If you are looking at that, this video is not for you because it is for serious learners, people who are looking for profound knowledge and practical solutions that they can use immediately. Let's begin. Let's deal with a real problem that's making you feel exhausted even after a full night's sleep. There's a kind of tiredness that no amount of sleep can fix. You wake up, you have had 7, maybe even 8 hours of sleep, but something still feels heavy. Your eyes are open, but your energy is closed. You don't feel physically tired, but somewhere you feel something is missing mentally. Something is mentally unfinished. Whenever we lack energy and focus, we believe we are becoming lazy or not practicing sleep hygiene. But you must understand that you are lacking energy and focus because of 3 things. Number 1, unresolved thoughts, which are tasks, decisions, or conversations you haven't completed or faced yet. Number 2, mental clutter, which is all the random repetitive noise running in the background. Number 3, what ifs, to-dos, overthinking about money, regrets, worries, so on and so forth. And then yes, we have emotional residue too, which is unprocessed feelings like guilt, anger, regret, or shame that your system is still carrying without closure. With all this inside your head, you go to bed. But your mind doesn't. It keeps running. That message you didn't reply to, that argument you keep replaying, that decision you keep delaying, your brain holds them like they are emergencies. And while you try to rest, your subconscious is still working. There is a well-known principle called the Zeigarnik Effect. I hope I didn't butcher the pronunciation. It shows that your brain holds on to unfinished tasks much more intensely than completed ones. But because of this, we strive to finish everything we started instead of letting it go just before going to sleep. This habit of holding on to unfinished business when it is time to sleep leads to what I call silent burnout, where your energy isn't moving you forward, it's just being used to hold things together. I learned something profound from Eastern traditions and Sufism that you can actually use. Thoughts and emotions are like a river. They are meant to flow, and that flow ends when they meet the ocean, your consciousness, your higher self. But most people don't let them flow. Instead, they treat them like a dam. The gates are shut, and when the gates are shut, pressure builds, stress builds, tension builds. You go to bed carrying last year's shame, last week's frustration, and today's to-do list. You hold on to them, not because you want to, but because you have been too distracted, too stuck in your ego, or too afraid to feel and release. And those things, they jam the gates of the dam. They don't let the river move. And then you wonder why you wake up tired. When you actually process those thoughts and emotions, when you let them go, not hold on to them, it's like opening the gates. The water flows, the pressure drops, your system can breathe again. But when you don't do that, weak energy sits in your nervous system and it has a frequency. It vibrates at a certain frequency and it gets broadcasted. Yes, even when you are asleep. The universe responds to that. It keeps sending you more of the same, more situations, more people, more pressure. That adds to what you are already carrying. That's how one heavy day turns into a heavy week, a heavy month, and before you know it, a heavy life. So, how do we shift this? Not by overworking, not by overthinking, but by a simple 3-step nightly ritual I call mental closure, the 3-gate reset. But before I teach you the 3-gate reset, I want to give you something that can help you release what you have been holding on to for years. I have created a tool called the Hatch Method, a simple, powerful process that helps you turn negative emotions like guilt, anger, fear, and sadness into energy, clarity, and movement. If you are stuck in emotional loops and you don't know how to get out, this is the tool. And I'm giving it to you completely free, and the link is in the description. Make sure you access it after this video. Now, step 1 of mental closure. Start with the body, because the body leads the mind. Sit still for a moment. Close your eyes. Scan your body from head to toe. Notice where the tension is, your shoulders, neck, your stomach, maybe your jaw. Breathe into those areas and say to yourself, I am releasing the day. Because if your body is holding on, your mind will not let go either. This is how top athletes cool down their system after peak performance, by calming the body first so the mind can follow. So you do this just before going to sleep. Number 2, empty your head, because clarity starts with clearing. Take a sheet of paper, no phone, no app, and write down everything that's still spinning in your head. Unfinished thoughts, that message you didn't reply to, the bill you have been postponing, that one sentence someone said that is still bothering you, that meeting you keep replaying in your mind, that task you didn't complete. Don't try to fix anything, just get it out on the paper. When you do this, your brain stops trying to hold it all. It finally relaxes. This is similar to how special forces debrief after a mission. Get everything out of the head so nothing leaks into the next operation. So now, after you have done that, you're doing this just before going to sleep. What is it called? Mental closure. So step 3 is close the day, because your mind needs a command to shut off. Say this out loud. This is now parked, not erased, but parked. I give myself permission to rest. My energy is returning. What do you say? I give myself permission to rest. My energy is returning. This matters. Your mind doesn't shut down just because your body is in bed. It shuts down when it knows things are handled. That's what this simple sentence does. It tells your system we are done. This is what high-stakes professionals do in their own way, using a closing line or internal cue to shift state and reset before the next day. When you stay in unresolved thoughts or emotional loops, you are operating from your limbic brain, especially the amygdala. This part of your brain doesn't process time, it only processes emotion. So even last year's stress feels like it's happening right now. That's why you can wake up at 3 a.m. with racing thoughts. It's called cognitive hyperarousal. Your brain is too active to enter deep recovery even while you sleep. And if you have ever slept only for 5 hours and woken up feeling alert, this is why. It's the hyper arousal. Your body did not get enough sleep and yet you're feeling very active. That'll take a toll on your health and on your stress levels. Because you see, you need to understand that nothing inside you is hopeless or all gone. You're just overloaded and you need to release that stress. This 3-gate reset fixes that. Just 5 minutes a night. Body, right? The first step. Paper, the second step. And words, the third step, the closing statement. Do it consistently and you will start waking up clearer, not because the world changed, but because your system finally got the message. You can switch off now. I want you to remember this. Completion is spiritual. Completion doesn't mean everything is fixed. It just means nothing is pending in your energy field. When you clean that space, you clear your karmic path. You stop dragging old weight into new days. That's how you open new timelines. That's what gives your vision momentum. And I want you to try this. Just for tonight, do it. 5 minutes, drop into the body. Dump your thoughts, speak the closure. Do this for 7 nights. And if even one layer of heaviness lifts, tell me in the comments. Share what shifted and if you are ready to go deeper, not just for rest, but to rewire your focus, your emotional control, your clarity and power, I invite you to experience Foundation X. It's not just a routine. It's a full system with over 50 modules that help you go from mental clutter to conscious creation. This isn't just another course. This is your meta course, the one that helps you make everything else work. You will find the link in the description. I'll see you inside. Take charge.